Today, we revisit WKRP in Cincinnati, the beloved sitcom that captured the laughter, struggles, and unforgettable charm of life inside a small radio station, a place where chaos often reigned, but warmth and heart always shine through. Over the years, some of the remarkable actresses who gave their spirit to this world have sadly left us, yet their voices and performances continue to echo in the hearts of those who love them. At the same time, many others remain with us, still sharing their talent and keeping the soul of WKRP alive for generations to come. Loni Anderson, the beloved American television actress who became one of the most dazzling stars of her era, passed away on August 3, 2025, just 2 days before her 80th birthday, after a difficult battle with metastatic uterine leiomyosarcoma. Her most iconic role came when she stepped into the spotlight as Jennifer Marlowe, the glamorous yet sharp-witted receptionist on the CBS sitcom WKRP in Cincinnati, which aired from 1978 to 1982. With that role, she broke stereotypes by showing that beauty and intelligence could go hand in hand, and her performance earned her multiple Emmy and Golden Globe nominations, along with a permanent place in television history. Behind the camera, Loni's real story was one of determination and resilience. Born Loni K. Anderson on August 5, 1945, in St. Paul, Minnesota, she grew up in Roseville with her parents, Maxine and Clayton. She dreamed of performing from a young age, balancing her early years between beauty pageants and her studies at the University of Minnesota. Life tested her strength when her first marriage ended, leaving her a young mother raising her daughter while working as a teacher. Yet her passion for acting never faded, and with relentless determination, she eventually found her way to Hollywood, where her striking looks and undeniable talent made her unforgettable. Outside of her professional triumphs, her personal life often drew as much attention as her career. Her highly publicized marriage to actor Burt Reynolds brought both glamour and turbulence, but together they shared the joy of raising their adopted son, Quinton. She was also a devoted mother to her daughter Deidre, and later found happiness in her lasting marriage to musician Bob Flick. Even in her later years, she kept her love for performing alive with appearances in lighter projects like My Sister Is So Gay and the holiday film ladies of the 80s, A Diva's Christmas. Her passing leaves a silence in the world of television, yet the warmth, wit, and resilience she brought to both her roles and her real life will never be forgotten. Loni Anderson will always be remembered as more than the glamorous face on screen. She was a woman of strength, humor, and grace who touched countless lives. Carol Bruce, the beloved American actress and singer, passed away on October 9, 2007, at the age of 87, after a battle with chronic obstructive pulmonary disease at the Motion Picture and Television Country House and Hospital in Woodland Hills, California. Her passing left a deep void in the world of entertainment, but her legacy shines brightly through the character she brought to life. On the CBS sitcom WKRP in Cincinnati, which aired from 1978 to 1982, she played the powerful and unforgettable Mama Lillian Carlson, the wealthy and controlling station owner whose icy wit and commanding presence made her one of the show's most iconic figures. Every appearance of Mama Carlson carried weight, humor, and tension as she clashed with her timid son and reminded everyone who truly held the power at the station. It was a role that perfectly captured Carol's brilliance and gave audiences a character they would never forget. Born Shirley Levy on November 15, 1919, in Great Neck, New York, Carol began her journey as a nightclub singer before being discovered for Broadway. She lit up the stage in productions like Louisiana Purchase and Showboat, earning acclaim for her commanding voice and presence. Her career later expanded into film with roles in Keep 'Em Flying, American Gigolo, and Planes, Trains and Automobiles, and into television with appearances on The Golden Girls, Knots Landing, and many others. Off-screen, she was a loving mother and grandmother, remembered for her warmth and kindness, qualities that stood in contrast to the stern characters she often portrayed. Though she is gone, Carol Bruce will always be remembered for her artistry, her strength, and most of all, for her unforgettable performance as Mama Carlson, a role that secured her place in television history. Allyn Ann McLerie, the beloved Canadian-American actress, singer, and dancer, passed away on May 21, 2018, at the age of 91, after a long and heartbreaking battle with Alzheimer's disease at her daughter's home in North Bend, Washington. Her passing was a painful loss for both her family and the generations of audiences who cherished her work. On WKRP in Cincinnati from 1978 to 1982, she left a lasting mark as Carmen Carlson, the kind-hearted and steady wife of station manager Arthur Big Guy Carlson. While Carmen didn't appear in every episode, each of her scenes carried warmth and quiet strength. She was the grounding force for her husband's sometimes clumsy leadership, offering patience, compassion, and understanding. Allyn gave Carmen a gentle dignity that made her one of the show's most touching and memorable characters. Away from WKRP, Allyn's career stretched across stage, film, and television. She lit up Broadway in productions like Where's Charlie?, appeared in beloved films such as Calamity Jane and The Way We Were, and later made her mark on TV with roles in The Days and Nights of Molly Dodd and The Tony Randall Show. Born in Quebec in 1926, she faced hardship early, losing her father before she was even born, and moving with her family to the United States. Despite those struggles, she found her voice in performance, training as a dancer before expanding her career to singing and acting. Off-screen, she built a long and happy marriage with actor George Gaines, sharing more than 6 decades together until his passing in 2016. She was also a loving mother and grandmother, remembered for her warmth and resilience. Though she is no longer with us, Allyn Ann McLerie will forever be remembered for the quiet grace she brought to Carmen Carlson and for a lifetime of performances that continue to touch hearts. Mary Frann, the beloved American television actress, passed away on September 23, 1998, at just 55 years old, after suffering a sudden heart attack in her sleep at her Beverly Hills home. The news was devastating, as she was still vibrant, full of promise, and deeply loved by fans and colleagues. Her sudden loss was felt like a shockwave through Hollywood, leaving many to grieve the life and talent taken far too soon. Though she appeared briefly on WKRP in Cincinnati, it was her role as Joanna Loudon on the classic sitcom Newhart that secured her place in television history. For 8 seasons, she captured hearts as Bob Newhart's witty and elegant wife, a role that showcased her warmth, humor, and natural grace. Her presence lit up every scene, and her chemistry with Bob made audiences believe they were watching a real marriage built on love and laughter. To millions, she wasn't just a character on screen. She felt like family. Born Mary Frances Luke on February 27, 1943, in St. Louis, Missouri, she grew up with dreams larger than her hometown. After starting out as a model and beauty queen, she pushed forward with determination to become an actress. Her journey took her from soap operas to guest spots on primetime shows, and finally to the role that defined her career. Off-screen, those who knew her spoke of her kindness, generosity, and the quiet way she supported friends and charitable causes, qualities that revealed the gentle heart behind the glamour. Mary Frann's life ended far too soon, but her legacy remains in her unforgettable performances, in the laughter she brought to millions, and in the love she shared both on and off the screen. Julie Payne, the beloved American actress, passed away on June 7, 2019, at the age of 78, after a difficult battle with chronic obstructive pulmonary disease. Her passing was heartbreaking for fans who remembered her grace on screen and the spark she brought to every appearance. On WKRP in Cincinnati, she may not have been a lead, but her presence carried charm and wit, adding depth to the beloved world of the station. Her role, though brief, became part of a show that fans still treasure, and Julie's elegance left its own quiet mark. Born into Hollywood royalty in Los Angeles on July 10, 1940, as the daughter of actor John Payne and actress Anne Shirley, She grew up surrounded by film and theater. From her debut at just 18 in her father's series The Restless Gun, she quickly proved her own talent with roles in Alfred Hitchcock Presents, Dobby Gillis, and films like Island of the Blue Dolphins and Elvis Presley's Girl Happy. Beyond her career, she experienced love, loss, and family, raising her daughter, actress Catherine Town, and later finding lasting happiness with her high school sweetheart, Steve Luckman, who was with her until the very end. Julie Payne may be gone, but her memory lives on through the laughter, warmth, and grace she brought to both her roles and her real life. Alice Nunn, the beloved American actress, passed away on July 1, 1988, at the age of 60, after suffering a sudden heart attack following a long battle with breast cancer and a devastating stroke. A tragic end that left a void in the world of character acting. She became unforgettable to audiences through her chilling role as the ghostly truck driver Large Marge in Tim Burton's Pee-wee's Big Adventure in 1985, a brief but haunting performance that continues to live on in pop culture as one of the scariest and most iconic moments ever put on film. She also brought her unique spark to television, appearing in the newsroom comedy WKRP in Cincinnati during its run from 1978 to 1982, where her sharp wit and commanding presence added to the show's quirky charm. Born in Jacksonville, Florida, she discovered her love for performance at a young age, which led her to theater studies and eventually to Hollywood, where she built a career across stage, film, and television. Though her journey was cut short, Alice Nunn's legacy shines through the unforgettable characters she brought to life, leaving behind moments of laughter, fear, and wonder that will always be remembered with love. Jan Smithers, the beloved American actress, was born on July 3, 1949, and is forever admired for bringing to life the character of Bailey Quarters on WKRP in Cincinnati, becoming the conscience and heart of the station's ensemble. After leaving the spotlight, she chose a quieter life, devoting herself to family, spiritual study, and causes close to her heart, traveling deeply into wellness and environmental work. In 2025, she remains a figure of gentle strength, rarely seen but never forgotten by fans who remember her as the shy reporter who grew bold, steady, and unforgettable. Edie McClurg, the beloved American character actress and comedian born on July 23, 1945, is forever celebrated for bringing to life Lucille Tarlick, the long-suffering but sharp-witted wife of Herb Tarlick on WKRP in Cincinnati, a role that added warmth and laughter to the often chaotic radio station. Her career beyond WKRP spans dozens of films and television shows: Ferris Bueller's Day Off, Back to School, A Bug's Life, voice work in Wreck-It Ralph and Frozen, and much more, always with her signature Midwestern humor, comedic timing, and kind presence. Now in 2025, though retired from regular acting work, she remains respected and remembered by fans and fellow actors alike, both for that unforgettable Lucille and for a lifetime of character performances that made even small roles feel deeply human. Daphne Maxwell Reid, the beloved American actress and former model born on July 13, 1948, is cherished worldwide for her memorable work on stage and screen, including her guest appearances in the sitcom WKRP in Cincinnati that showcased her natural charm and versatility. She became a household name when she stepped into the role of Vivian Banks on The Fresh Prince of Bel-Air, where her warmth and elegance made her one of television's most enduring matriarchs. Beyond acting, she built a creative life as a designer, photographer, and author, while also co-founding New Millennium Studios with her husband, actor Tim Reid. In 2025, she continues to share her artistry, mentorship, and advocacy, remaining an admired and influential figure both in the entertainment world and beyond. Rosemary Forsyth, the beloved Canadian-American actress born on July 6, 1943, has long been admired for her elegant presence on screen and her versatile roles in both film and television. She appeared as Joyce Armour in WKRP in Cincinnati during the show's run from 1978 to 1982, bringing her refined style and depth even in a guest appearance. Forsyth first rose to wider fame with her Golden Globe-nominated performance in Shenandoah, and later played significant roles in films like The Warlord and Texas Across the River. She became a familiar face in soap operas such as Days of Our Lives and Santa Barbara, often portraying characters of authority and grace. In 2025, she remains respected by fans and peers alike, remembered not just for her beauty, but for her skill, her adaptability, and the distinguished mark she has made over a career that spans decades. Bonnie Urseth, the American television actress born on May 30, 1946, is fondly remembered for her warm and relatable performances throughout the 1970s and 1980s. She appeared as Bailey's sister, Lori Quarters, in WKRP in Cincinnati during its run from 1978 to 1982, bringing a heartfelt touch to the show's family dynamic. Beyond WKRP, Urseth built a steady television career with appearances in series such as House Calls, Family Ties, and Duet, often portraying caring, down-to-earth women who resonated with audiences. She also took part in several TV movies, showcasing her ability to move seamlessly between drama and comedy. In 2025, she continues to be appreciated for her contributions to television, her gentle screen presence, and the lasting impression she left on fans who still remember her roles with affection.